consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Oh man.
I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Thank you.
Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig.
Oh my goodness.
Lou. And then I remember being at Mickey Mantle Day, and he said, basically, I always wondered how a guy could stand here knowing he was going to die and say he was the luckiest man on the face of the earth. And now I know why.
Yeah,
he
now
said
you
it.
know why. Yeah, really.
Anyway. Well, fellers, my favorite television show, my favorite baseball team, my favorite people.
Well, I think if anything else, guys, I think what today has shown us that it's more than just numbers or things that, I mean, you know, we've had people call in and say very, very meaningful things, and back to the people skills and the interaction with other human beings and that sort of thing. And not to try to get too heavy with the tail end of this thing, but I mean, this was an absolutely great example of what people skills really mean. And I was a living example of it. And I mean, we've been 3 straight hours with, and could probably go another however many hours we wanted to stay on with these kind of calls from virtually everybody, from Bill Self on down to the, you know, whoever, you know, it's, but I think it's a great testament to what Al's all about and you know, doing the right things and treating people right and all that kind of stuff. It really is.
Well, thanks, Coach. I've learned so much football and learned, I mean, we talked about this a little bit last week. I grew up in New York. You grew up in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And here we are doing a radio show together.
Yeah.
And maybe perhaps we had different views on things, but we still
I
discussed them. And
sure. I mean, I didn't quite take the Ray Hall approach. I told Al initially if I wanted to argue, I'd stay home all day.
Right.
But the
but
I mean, from the standpoint of no, I mean we've had good discussions on things and do things differently at times and the whole deal. But no.
I just want you to know I treasure your friendship forever.
You got it.
And Caden.
Likewise.
And Bill Haston, Kevin Ward, Patrick Masick, Spencer's back there somewhere. I don't know.
Spencer's back in there.
Ken McLeod's in the house.
Ken McLeod's in the house. The whole deal.
And the Bo Van Pelts of the world. I cannot thank everybody enough. It's been a tremendous ride for me.
Well, you tell people there's going to be free cake, and everybody shows up.
Well, then, yeah, that's it.
yeah. You really.
Oh, that's what it is. So it's not for me.
Yeah,
it's,
so,
it's for the cake.
We wanted to ensure people would be here at the end of the show, so we said free cake, and I think that may have tipped the scale.
So our friends at Bundt Cakes made a nice cake.
Yeah, Marie.
Marie.
You know, this is, and listen, this is the kind of thing that what you're talking about with Al that happens. The minute I told Marie, I mean, listen, I was going to go down and pay for this cake. I wanted to get a cake for Al for this day, and I mean, she would have none of it. She said, "No, this is compliments of Nothing Bundt Cakes. We want to be a part of this day." So she and her crew put all this together. It was really
Thank you
nice
very much.
of them.
It's delicious stuff. So,
yeah.
In my final plug of my career on Sports Animal, Bontini's. You know,
they're
just great. Nothing But Cakes is
they'll
great.
have some pastry down there.
Napa Flats has been great.
Thank Leo. We didn't call him today.
Who?
Thank Leo.
Leo Graves.
Oh, yeah.
Graves Satellite.
In fact, on that framed thing of yours, one of the remote locations is you and Leo.
Oh, okay.
So you'll never forget Leo Graves on that.
Beautiful.
Well, so I mean, all just think of this, Al. I mean, all the really nice people that we've met on these remotes. You know, okay, we were talking about the other day. You know, you drive past something, gosh, we did a remote here 10 years ago. Right. You know, and as time flies, we've been doing this a lot of places, and you know, how many really nice people we encounter on those things.
Yeah, you don't. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, has anybody during the show today, recited the stats that I shared with you?
Oh, it's a nice article that you put.
Did you
online.
see those stats?
I skimmed at it. Just say them. Say them again.
16,000 at KJRH. 16,000 sports segments that he anchored.
Wow.
And combining his time at the Buzz and here at the Tulsa Sports Animal, 4,000 radio shows. Wow. So there's a body of work for you.
Mr.
No
4,000. Mr. 4,000.
Mr. 4,000.
Hey, there you go. Bingo. Yeah.
There you go.
Sure.
Well, listen, here's what I wanted to say, too. And obviously, Al is the only person that's ever worked at the Sports Animal that I didn't hire because he was already here and entrenched.
Yeah, I was forced on you.
Well, listen, which I'm grateful for because you've been the cornerstone of this radio station for, 17, 18 years, whatever, 19 years the total is. And when you're putting something together, you have to build it around a cornerstone, and that's what you have been at this radio station, and it's evident. And you haven't even, because I know you're not a social media guy, but on Facebook, people are coming on to Facebook and they're commenting. They're all just going to miss you, and they love what you brought to radio in this city. And obviously, for me. In my position here, it was nice to have that guy to build around and that show to build around. And you're, one of the reasons, one of the top two reasons, if not number 1A or 1B, you and Coach both, that really we centered all the programming on the station around, and you've made it one of the most popular radio stations in Tulsa, and I think certainly the most popular sports talk station in Tulsa, and I think one of the best, in the area as well.
Well, I appreciate your hard work in building this as well, and the contributions that Bill Haston and all the guys at the Tulsa World made, and Patrick Masick, and obviously Pat. Spencer, correct. I don't want to forget Spencer.
Don't forget Spencer.
Even though he came in at 5 o'clock today, he decided he was going to stick around.
Was it Jason Starofsky who made the references to the TV series, the finales of the TV series?
Right.
I'm hoping this is like Newhart, and we wake up and it's a dream. and you're like, I'm staying. I'm not like Bontrager. I'm too tender-hearted for this crap, and I don't want you to go. I'm serious. I'm not happy about it at all.
Well. You're always welcome, I'll be back. We're going to Eagles in June.
No, you're right.
Aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are.
Here in Tulsa?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we're going to get a visit from Al.
Oh, yeah.
In
Yeah,
June.
sure.
By the way, you have my phone number, so don't be afraid to call me every once in a while.
Don't change your number.
I won't.
Yeah, I really don't get it.
And if I may, obviously this radio station has meant a lot to me, and I know there were times when maybe I didn't take the right break at the right time, or whatever the case may be, and I apologize for all of that. But I think what we've developed has been very special to me, and Pat.
Oh, my goodness sakes, yes.
Terrific.
Unbelievable.
And I wish the run could continue, but I got grandkids I got to see and play ball and
time
all that
marches
other
on.
good stuff.
Yeah, it
right?
does.
And
it does.
my brother's horses to watch run
Sure.
and that kind of thing. So, and
Plus, Sandy wants to have lunch with you every now and then.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. And I want to thank Caden so much because he's been such a tremendous friend since he came aboard with us. The friendship will never end with any of you guys. But Caden has been so special. Hardest working guy I've ever been around. Unbelievable. There were times where I almost wanted to tell him, "You got to go home, man. You've been here too long. You're working, But that's what he brings to the table, at our place, at Channel 2, I should say. And I know he's going to join the radio station for a little while. So I just want to make a special announcement about, or thank you to him. And holy cow. For everybody out there that listened to the show and made this show successful, Pat and I, obviously, we were kind of like the ringleaders, but without the audience, we'd be nowhere.
Yeah, sure.
And I think all of you guys would agree. And when I say we have, without a doubt, the most loyal listening audience that any radio station or any radio program could ask for. Just the people that have called today have been listening for how long?
And all our corporate partners that have been with us for so long. We've talked about a bunch of them, all of that crew, the whole deal.
So at the risk of getting too sentimental, I want to thank everybody for putting up with me all these years and my Yankee fandom and that kind of stuff. Kevin, thank you and thanks to this radio station for allowing me to do what I would have done anyway, sitting at home in front of a television.
Our pleasure.
All right.
Our
Thank
pleasure.
you so much. Let's eat the cake. What do you say?
Patrick, how you going to what?
We got something to play for Al
Play
here
for
coming
him.
up.
Play
but-
it for him.
Are we ready to say goodbye?
I think so.
Yankees. Welcome to Yankee Baseball, everybody, on WPIX, New York, New York. This is Phil Rizzuto, along with Mel Allen and Red Barber, bringing you Yankee baseball excitement from Yankee Stadium. The Baltimore Orioles come to town with Jim Palmer on the mound against the Yankees' Mel Stottlemyre. We'll be back with the first pitch right after these important messages.
Yankee.